Although the vast majority of translation projects go smoothly, there will inevitably be cases where problems occur. In the worst case scenario, these problems can result in delays, additional costs, or content that doesn't meet your requirements. Translation problems can arise at any stage within a project, but the good news is that most of the time these problems can be avoided. We've written a full-length guide on this topic, so check it out using the link in the description if you want to learn about the most common translation problems and how to avoid them. Now let's look at 3 problems covered in the guide. First, the inconsistent use of terminology. If you have specific terminology that you want to use or avoid throughout your translated content, the best way to ensure this is by providing your translator with a glossary. Glossaries integrate with most translation tools, which adds a degree of automation and quality assurance by highlighting to a translator if the source content contains the relevant terminology. The translator will then be able to make sure they translate each instance of this term in the way you've instructed. Secondly, the incorrect use of style. Style is probably one of the most complicated and common feedbacks that a translation vendor handles. Because style says so much about your brand, it's important to work with your translation vendor to make sure they have what they need to get it right. Where brand, style, and tone guides are available, these should be provided to your translation vendor for reference. If a style guide isn't available, discuss your stylistic preferences such as formality, tone, date formats, capitalization, use of English, how to handle abbreviations, and any other brand specifics that translators will need to be aware of. And finally, lack of specialist knowledge. When you're an expert in a particular field, it can be easy to overlook some of the complexities of the industry terminology. It's also possible to have multiple content types within your content, such as marketing materials and technical product sheets. When sending a translation request to your vendor, it's worth taking the time to outline the contents of the document. By doing this, your vendor can select and confirm with translators that they can perform the task. If you're going down the sampling route and selecting translators to work on ongoing projects, you may need to choose different translators for different types of content. Do you have any questions about common translation problems and how to avoid them? Well, let us know in the comments below. And remember, we have a more detailed guide on this topic on our self-learning platform, which you can check out using the link in the description. See you next time.